Greetings.
Ah.
Hard.
Holy crap.
Hard.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
that's loud.
Sorry. I kind of joined loudly.
I don't think that's you. I think that's Discord.
Okay.
Oh, holy crap, the output volume's at 200. Okay. Say something?
Hello.
Okay, that's much better.
Okay.
Hello!
Hello. Greetings.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine.
I joined a Discord server recently that has been bringing out my inner mischief maker, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, literally, I was sitting here cackling earlier because...
That's
giving people...
good?
So, I start in the one server I'm in, which is kind of based on Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Someone had shared things.
She'll tell me after that call.
Happy Pride everybody, hello and welcome to this very well not merry but very careful episode of the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party podcast with Kiki, Cupcake, and Mish. I hope everyone stays safe, but at the same time throws a brick at the establishment that still holds us down. Enjoy the show.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Coming?
I hear you.
Phones are dead? Oh, what the hell?
Can you not hear me?
There we go.
Okay. Hi, Cupcake.
I sound all right?
Yeah.
Because, like, 2 updates ago, this thing suddenly started having issues where, like, people couldn't hear me well. They're like, you're not coming through very loud. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, there's been, like, what, 2 updates since then?
Right, but it's been ongoing, like, since they did the big update. And, like, suddenly nobody can hear me. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because it was fine for years, and then all of a sudden it wasn't fine. I'm like, what happened? Anyway.
Well, Mish was trying to tell me something, and then, of course, she got a call. So
right.
She'll tell me that when she gets back. But hi! How are you?
I'm not dead yet.
Yet.
Well, I mean, I've been averaging 50 hours for the last 6 weeks.
Oh, my poor Cupcake.
I have 2 more days to go. I have 10 tomorrow and 7 on Friday, and then busy season is officially over. Hold on. Oh my god.
Well,
Today's literally...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, today's literally been like, I washed the blanket that covers my chair and like put the pillow and stuff through the wash because I haven't done that since like this whole shit started. I'm like, I really need to do that. I kept meaning to do it, and it was like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. It was like, I have to try to do something. Well, the other thing I was worried about is I was just gonna like literally sleep all day if I didn't like get out of my chair, because I'm literally physically exhausted at this point. Like, I don't have any energy. I don't even know what we're gonna do for dinner. Usually I make something for my mom, but like, it's like 1:30 and I haven't even been to the store yet today because I cleaned the shower, I cleaned the sink, I cleaned cleaned my bathroom, picked up, threw laundry in. It's like trying to catch up. It's gonna be nuts. I want to go back to being a kid. This sucks.
I don't know. It kind of also sucks to be a kid.
I know.
Humanity kind of sucks.
Right.
So, happy Pride.
Apparently. To you, it was the greatest month of your life, but to Cupcake, it was just June.
Well, as it is also June 2nd, happy National First Ladies Day and happy International Whore Day.
International Whore Day is today?
Yes. Or,
Where's my cake?
Or to be less crash, happy International Sex Worker Day.
Right. You sloot. You who? I almost forgot to do lunch because I was waiting on like the. Oh, I also ordered a new blanket for this thing because I'm tired of. I ordered an oversized king comforter to throw on this. It's 10 by 10 foot. I'm hoping that'll be enough. So what keeps happening is like after a couple of days of sitting in it, it all like sucks into the chair, and then I suddenly don't have like any blanket at my feet, and I'm like rubbing my feet on the actual like upholstery. I'm trying not to burn holes in this since you can't like get furniture right now.
You can? You can.
Oh, you haven't. It's like 90 days out right now if you order like a recliner.
Oh, that sucks.
Right. I mean, maybe not right now, but when I looked last month, because this is getting old, I was like, maybe I should look into upgrading or updating or whatever. It was like, yeah, we can have it to you by August. I'm like, I better make this work.
The pandemic. What hasn't it screwed over?
At this point, I don't think anything. I think everything's been screwed over. And the epidemiologists are saying this wasn't even the big one. The big one's coming soon.
Shut up.
I just saw that article from the CDC. They're like, you thought this was the big one? No. This is just a burp. I'm like, uh-oh.
Greetings.
Ah.
Did you turn
then
on
she
my
was here.
again? As we get started, happy birthday to you, Empress Goddess Kiki. Happy birthday.
Right, it was your birthday. It is your birthday.
Yay.
Yes, my birthday was yesterday. I am 36.
That's like fucking ancient. You like remember the dinosaurs and shit.
Yes, the dinosaurs were absolutely fucking amazing. Thank you, Cupcake.
He says at the ripe old age of 34.
Hold on. I need to. Fuck, am I signed in? Yes, I am.
I just love every time somebody's like at work who's like in their 20s is like, you're so old. I'm like, if I'm old, what's that make the people in like their 50s? I don't know, gods.
All right, so I need to clock out because thankfully I'm on break. Okay, there we go.
Yay, break.
Yay. So yes, Cupcake, I was telling Kiki that I'm recently in a new server. So how I got to this server was in the Tom Hiddleston server I'm in. That's mainly based around him, but we also talk about Marvel and other random fandoms, that kind of thing. Someone had posted the Not Safe for Work section, some Not Safe for Work audio where a voice actor was kind of this like character plus listener type of thing.
Right.
And so I found that person, the voice actor's Patreon, and went, okay, let me follow him because I started just listening. I mean, it's not just Not Safe for Work. He also has stuff about safe for work, about mental health, just helping people out.
Right.
And so when you're a patron, you get the Discord server. So I'm now in this Discord server. And I was telling Kiki, I said, in the Not Safe for Work channel, there are times when I will sit there and dance with glee like a little fucking goblin. Because they're like, because it goes through cycles sometimes of thirsting after characters.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, here's some pictures of Steve Rogers. And then I went, oh, it's Loki hour. Let's get started. Everyone's like, Mish, oh my god. I'm like, you're welcome. Like, legitimately cackling until I was crying. Like,
That comes out next week, right?
yes.
What comes out?
The Loki TV show on Disney
There's a
Plus.
Loki TV show? What?
Yeah.
Yes, on Disney Plus.
Oh, so it doesn't
starting
matter
at-
because I'll never be able to see it anyway. I don't have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Just use my password.
You think I keep any of this stuff around? I just have any knowledge of it like 10 seconds after you give it to me. It's like, if only I had access to these subscription services. You can use my password. I don't know your password. I gave it to you. You did? Dig back through DMs. Holy shit, you did.
Oh, crap.
I mean, I have this giant pile of anime I'm never going to watch, which, by the way, I ordered more because of Memorial Day sale on Sentai. I had a moment of weakness. I went all month without ordering any anime. Actually, it's been like a month and a half. And, like, I was sitting there Monday night. I'm just like, click. And then, like, I woke up yesterday morning. I'm like, what the fuck did I... Why did I... Oh, my God. I was tired.
You poor thing.
It was only like $100 worth. I don't remember what I ordered.
Oh, only.
But yes,
Oh, another
It's-
on the way? What's coming?
this is just great because it also helped, and because of the server, like within a week of joining the server, I have already written 3 short stories because they start poking my writing brain, and I was like, let me write tap 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 tap.
Right.
Well, that's good.
And it also has helped me write in gender neutral terminology, which wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm kind of doing 2 things at once. That's why I was like, wait a minute, that's not what I want to do. Okay. So, and like recognizing like what I need to put trigger warnings in for shit. And like, okay, this is
Trigger
good.
warnings. I mean,
Oh, yes.
honestly.
I know. But to be nice for the folks, you know, it's
Black mode for this?
because some folks don't like certain things, and,
Yeah,
Or-
I know.
you know, so,
You know, there is a side question. Why is there no dark mode for Gmail?
good question.
Isn't there?
I don't... I feel like I would have turned it on if it existed, but I'm
Hang
gonna
on,
look.
let me load Gmail. There might be a dark theme.
Set theme. Oh. Oh, there is. There's a dark theme. I just... Ah!
You're welcome, Cupcake. But yeah, it's
So much better.
yeah, and
so
just
much
sitting
better.
there. That's good. But just, I mean, legit, like, I'm just sitting there going, like, why is the inner troll coming out so much? Oh my god. Alright, so now that one break, I can actually stand up and walk this way.
Apparently, I'm getting Kikimaru no Sora, a complete collection.
Say that again?
Hiru no Sora. I don't
Ooh.
remember ordering this. I don't even know what it is, but it was $95 apparently.
Oh!
Literal translation: Sky
sounds
the
about right
Duck,
for-
Sora the Duck. Okay.
Wah.
Is a Japanese basketball themed manga?
Interesting.
You bought sports anime?
What? I have the one about the volleyball team.
That's true.
Interesting. Yeah, apparently I bought the complete animated series. I don't even remember doing it. I must
Oof.
have been. I wouldn't have been drunk because that order is from after I stopped drinking. Order was placed 403. Huh. I
Well,
don't remember making that order.
when you're tired, your brain does stupid things too.
Oh, well. I wanted to see what did I get from there. So from Sentai, I ordered Run with the Wind, The Dragon Dentist, Nobunga the Fool, Aura Battler Dunbine, and Venus Wars.
Very nice.
I heard Nobunga the Fool because it was $6.99. I was like, even if it's stupid at $7, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Exactly. Ah.
Well, in anime news, we did lose back in May.
Yeah.
Kintaro. Am I saying his last name right? Miyaruwa?
Sounds. I mean, we're American. We're never gonna say their names right.
Berserk. The
the creator of
in
Berserk. Right. He had an aneurysm, which is really unfortunate. I think it was aortic dissection, but it's an aneurysm of the
aortic heart.
Something.
Yeah, he had an aortic split, basically. The aorta split open.
Oh.
It is an aneurysm, but it's like a more specific type of aneurysm.
Yeah, they actually held a vigil for him in FF14.
Oh yeah, he was, as far as I understand it, he was well loved by like everyone. Like this is not a dude who was like, he had very, very few people who were like, he's a shitty person. Like he was loved. I think he was like an art professor by trade. Like the Berserk thing was something he did on the side.
I don't know. I just know he was very influential in both anime and manga and video games and stuff like that.
Well, he had the knack for like armor, like drawing armor or creating armor, and that really
in FF14 they dressed up as Dark Knights and lined the city streets with lanterns.
Right.
Nice.
I also finished watching Penguin Drum.
Oh yeah, how was that?
So fucking good.
Oh, that's good.
It's got a bit of a sappy ending, but it's a worthwhile sappy ending because you got to go through a lot of shit to get there.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it. It's from 2011, so now it's a bit on the older side. It's was licensed by Sentai, so you might be able to find it.
I haven't, but I think I might have the DVDs.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's out of print now.
I'm looking forward to there's going to be a 20th anniversary film, so maybe they'll re-release it.
That'll probably be what happens.
Whoops. Don't knock that over. That will spill everywhere. But it deals a lot with, life, death, what it means to be family, what is fate, do we control our own destinies, that sort of thing.
Right.
While being a mixture of a bubbly, cute family show and a hard-hitting life or death sort of anime. It's a mixture of that.
Right.
So it hits you in the feels a lot. So I would highly recommend it if you can get a hold of it.
Sorry, I muted there for a second because I'm eating an apple. I realized you guys probably don't want to listen to me chomping on an apple.
Apple. So as I said before, it's Pride. As Square Enix is a company, it's come out with its own Pride product. It made a mascot for Pride.
Of course it
did. Because, well, capitalism.
Well, it's not selling anything yet. It wants its customers to name it. As a marketing... As kind of a marketing scheme?
Right.
I mean, it is cute.
It looks like a fucking Cocapelli almost.
I'm seeing a lot of people say the word Nyx, because it is gender neutral.
Fair enough.
NYX.
Sense. I wanted...
They're also using the modern Pride flag colors that includes the Black Lives Matters colors.
Oh boy.
No, that's a good thing in my opinion.
Okay.
Pepsi.
Yeah, I had Coke yesterday and went, it doesn't feel right drinking a thing of Coke. It just, because I haven't had pop in so long.
Because your diet?
Yeah, I have cut it out so much that it's let me just have a Coke. And then I'm like, oh, feel good, but then it's
Right.
And I had a Sprite as well, and I was like, Sprite feels lighter, but I know it has just as much sugar.
Right.
And I'm like, oh.
I was gonna say.
Oh, let me see here. Coke has 39 and included 39 added sugars, and this one has 38, including 38 grams added sugar. And they're both the same amount of calories. So, yeah.
I don't know, I just don't like Coke as a flavor. I've always been a Pepsi girl.
Yep.
I think that's kind of a California thing, or a Northern California thing at least. I don't know. I might be talking out of my ass though.
Yeah.
As someone who just likes Pepsi.
But trying to think here. Oh my gosh. I miss that mushy face. One of my picture memories is of Rufus. So, Rufus the boxer. I was scared thinking.
Is that an older pet?
Yes, our family's last family dog. Family dog was Rufus. And yes, Cupcake has seen lots of pictures of Rufus the doofus.
Rufus had the best faces. He made these faces every time I took a picture, and they were always great.
He passed away soon after we got Baxter, so probably good 8-9 years ago.
Say Baxter's almost 10, so
yeah,
been a while.
So 8 years ago or so. But Baxter got to meet Rufus, which is nice. And then my parents got Chester, who now has no front teeth.
Oh, God.
Because he lost a tooth or two, and then the vet was like, well, that'll kind of mess up the rest of his teeth.
Right.
In the front. So he still has his canines and then his molars and stuff, so he can still eat stuff and be a stinker butt. I was thinking something. I guess, Kiki, what your hubby said to you, I shared in a server, and it was like, my friend got this from her hubby. And it's funny. Everyone liked it.
Which?
I'm queer and my joints ache or something like that.
Oh, yes. I'm here, I'm queer. I forget what exactly the rest of the thing it was, but my joints ache. I'm really old, please help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. He was like, thinking of you.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah. Thanks,
I
love.
love you too.
I got a good giggle out of it. My joints do hurt all the fucking time.
Oh. So, let me... Crap. I think the next book I'm waiting for is a Valdemar book, I think. That comes out this month at some point. I can't remember when. Let me see. There we go. Like it should be there. Search, and there we go. And The Founding of Valdemar Part 1 comes out the 15th. And then she's got a couple others. There's one about Annie Oakley that's coming out in December. And another short story anthology that's coming out also in December. So, at least I get one of her new books this month, and I can, do my whole laser focus reading mode and read that very quickly. But, yeah.
The next book I'm probably going to get is The Empress... Damn it. The Empress... I can say this word. The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. Oh, fuck.
Aren't you, little Miss Fancy Pants, with your long words?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, I haven't been reading, but I have been listening to the Redwall books in order on audiobook.
Oh, I just started listening to the first one last night.
Did you get the one where Brian's doing the narrating?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Now, so you've heard Matthias talk, right? Like you've heard his voice actor?
Yeah.
The main character, Matthias, who takes over from Martin. So I'm listening to Mossflower, which is the book that tells how Redwall got there. And the same voice actor is the voice of Martin the Warrior.
Oh.
Very nice.
It was bizarre, because I was expecting Martin to be this, big, tough-sounding mouse. And he's like, hey, you guys, we can do this. I'm like, what? Wait, the greatest warrior that Redwall ever saw sounds exactly like Matthias.
Well, of course. He was probably just some mouse.
Yeah, it's hilarious because up until near the end of that book, you never hear a male badger talk because it's always the lady badgers are the ladies of like that area of Mossflower. Like badgers are the lords of Mossflower, but the male badgers always leave after a certain amount of time, and the ladies stay behind to like have dominion. And so it's implied that until you read the book, it's not described that why you haven't heard a male badger. When they get to where the male badgers are, you hear a male badger for the first time, and he sounds like somebody's angry, half-delusional grandpa. And it's amazing.
So the female badgers stay at Redwall and help be mothers and mother figures, and the badgers go off an adventure and maybe end up at Salamanderstrom.
Right.
So
and I wasn't sure how they were gonna do it. I thought he'd sound like a wise little grandpa. No, he sounds like I can't think of his name. Fuck. Brian Blessed. Oh, hello there, little one. How are you?
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
so good to see you today. It's like, whoa, what the hell?
all I'm thinking is that sounds more like an older hair. So one has to think that the hairs rub off on the Badger Lord.
No, the hairs all sound like British officers.
Makes sense.
Like Kiki will eventually meet one in the first book, but in the second book they go to the Fire Mountain and meet like the whole Long Patrol Brigade, and they all talk like that, and it's fucking amazing to hear a whole bunch of hairs like making fun of each other.
Best one of the best ones. I'm sorry.
What
I like Basil. Basil.
Oh yeah, Basil's dang hair.
Yes.
Yes.
Basil's great.
I also enjoy that in the first book, the leader of the they hadn't done the like how each species at Redwall has a leader, but in the second book they do that where like Four Mole's the leader of the moles, Skipper is the leader of the otters, the Abbot or Abbess are the leader of the mice, and etc. And hearing Skipper, the head of the otters in the second book, talks like an old sailor, and it's fucking amazing because at one point he goes up against a sea rat, and it sounds like two sailors punching the shit out of each other.
That's great.
Like a pirate, it's like a pirate and like a mariner, like a sailor going at it, and it's amazing because they're like, you scurvy sea dog.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. How are they doing the moles, by the way?
Oh, the moles sound like country bumpkins. Oh, you're there. How you doing? It'd be a good day there. Mm-hmm. I love it. The moles are amazing. The moles are awesome.
I know. I'm like, I want to get these audiobooks like now.
They're like $25 a pop on Audible. But they are awesome. Now, unfortunately, they didn't do all of them before Brian Jocks died. So, like, there's a whole bunch at the end that just don't have an audiobook. Which makes me kind of sad. Or, like, there's some in the middle, I guess. Because, like, from, like, book 12 until, like, book 17, there are no audiobooks. Because they did like the later ones, then they went back and were doing the first, second, third going in order, and he died before they got back up to where they met.
Yeah. Sucks. But yes, all the moles saying like, "Oh, great strawberries."
Right. They talk in kind of like a weird, like, country dialect. The shrews are awesome. They got... Log has the same voice actor in both books, so that was nice. Gonf the Mouse Thief is awesome, and they're basically setting up for the mice that live in Mossflower that aren't a part of Redwall.
Yeah. Gonf is great too.
Gonf's singing. His singing is amazing.
Oh. Now I'm like, I have to reread all of these books. Yeah.
You know,
someday.
I wasn't sure if they were going to hold up because I was young when I read them, but they're good stories. They're actually really well written. And I enjoy that because they were children's book, he doesn't really get super into like describing violence. It's just kind of something that happens from time to time.
Yeah. That's good. Unlike another author a couple other authors that I read where I legitimately will sit there and go, if you don't like this, don't read this book. Thanks.
Well, I've never gotten the people who like have an issue with Riddle. Like they're children's. Like it's not fucking, you know, like high philosophy or you know.
Yeah, like they're written for children. For children. Like about woodland creatures come to life and they talk and they sing and they eat and sometimes they fight and they learn lessons along the way, and it's for children. What the fuck? Anyways, I still got a couple minutes. Okay. But then again, the ones that I was referencing are also geared towards adults. So, again, you know, the assumption is that adults are going out and buying these books, and they can make that decision for themselves whether or not they want to read this book.
Right.
So, anyways, but yes, those are great books, which I fully intend on giving my niece and nephew. I'm also getting them started on the Tortall books, or at least my niece, because oops, going the wrong direction. It's a lot of, you know, Tamara Pierce has a lot of strong female character type thing. So figure, you know, start her off on it, and
Tortall's a great place to start.
Very nice place. Alright, so bring this up. Okay. Okay, one moment. I am coming back from break, so I'm going to mute.
Okay.
Alright, didn't get a call right away. Oh, nice.
Godspeed.
So anyways.
Is this
Well, I
still
kind
gonna
of pull out
happen? Well, I was looking up the Tortall books. They got optioned by Lionsgate.
They did?
But this was back in 2019.
Huh.
To do a TV series, and I'm wondering, is it still gonna happen?
Good question. And I'm so glad they're doing a TV series, because then they can, like, not condense.
Because there are a lot of books.
Yes.
This ain't no Hunger Games.
Exactly. But so there's the Protector of the Small series, the Lioness Quartet, so that's 8. The 3 books about Rebecca Cooper, so that's 11. The Wild Magic series, which is 15. There's a book about Numora Solomon, so that's 16. There's the Tortal Spy book, which is an anthology, so that's 17. And I'm kind of tethered to my headset, so I'm like staring at it. So there's at least 17 books. And then, as well, the Trickster 2, the duet, so that's 19. And very intertwined. Most of the time, if I would recommend this for people starting to read it, I would say start with the Lioness Quartet, because Alana appears in all of the other books.
Yeah.
Sort of. And you meet, and technically, if you're going chronologically, you're going to start with Rebecca Cooper, but you meet George Cooper first. And you're like, who's George Cooper? And what's this going on with a black cat with purple eyes? Well, you would know that if you had read the Lioness Quartet first. So, yeah. And then you kind of go through, and then you can compare Alana's journey to become a knight versus Caladri's road to becoming a knight, because Alana had to hide herself and pretend like she was a boy to become a knight, because they're like, oh, it doesn't matter if there were women knights in the past. Women are supposed to be ladies, especially noble ladies. They're just supposed to be ladies and be pretty and know how to run a house. And she was like, F that shit. Screw that.
That was actually the first one I had ever read by Tamara Pierce, and probably still one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And also kind of, that series also kind of discusses how greed can affect people, and how pride can affect people. Mm-hmm. And how it can be your downfall, like her twin brother. And sometimes you don't realize it until it's too late. And yeah. But she also has the Circle of Magic series, which is also very nice. Kind of involves going into not just like the traditional magic you might see, like you go to university and there's wizards and you learn how to do magic. There's that, but then there's also like natural, like not natural magic, but like magic which isn't contained in books. So some of it is, but like for example, the 4 characters, there's Briar, who has the green plant magic. There's Sandry, who is Stitch Wish. Clothes, anything made of fabric, she can deal with. Daja is a fire mage, I guess would be the closest. She's a smith, like a blacksmith, and she could pick up things. She could like shove something in the fire and it's red hot, and she could pick it up without smith gloves and work with fire. And then Triss is the weather mage. She will go up on the highest tower during a friggin' thunderstorm and be like, hello! Thunder, lightning, ooh, and dance around in the rain. Yeah, it is very frightening. And then their teachers are another Stitch Witch and another Green Mage. And also they deal with another teacher of theirs who is, let's see here. So Lark teaches Sandry, Rose Thorn teaches Briar, and then Nico, who is like when you think of mage, kind of that's like the, you know, he does spells and out of books and stuff. He teaches Triss, and then Daja is with another one like her who is also a smith, and she is apprenticed to him, so she's not only learning her magic, she's also learning how to be a smith. So it's kind of like 2 in 1.
Do you care about Highlander?
There can be only one.
Do you care that they're rebooting it?
There can be only one.
Well, that only one involves aliens and got really shitty around the end.
What? There's no aliens in Highlander.
In the first movie, maybe.
There's only one Highlander movie. There can be only one.
Well, Henry Cavill is going to be in the reboot as somebody.
Of course. And we wouldn't they?
Being as he's a big name, I would assume probably the lead. Whatever that is.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. But that also deals with like growing up, and because they're tied together in such a way that they can talk to each other in their thoughts and like feel what the other's feeling. So like, and that sprung on them when they're like between the ages of 10 and 12, and then they kind of go out traveling with their teachers, their mentors, and they have like, so they have certain experiences, and with Briar and Rosethorn, it's war, unfortunately. But and then they come back and they're more adult, and they're like struggle with, you know, well, we can't go back to what we were like Sandry wants, because we all, it's like, because Briar says like, I got thoughts in my head I wouldn't share with my worst enemy, like let alone my sisters. Here, so like I gotta clean up what's up in my head first, and kind of working through that and working through relationships and that kind of thing. So always nice.
Ooh, pardon.
And also the good thing about the Tortel books is it deals with prejudice, especially in the Wild Mage series, because Dane starts out not liking Stormwings at all. Like, they're evil, I hate them, they should be killed. Which you can't really blame her, because they have human heads and torsos, but they have steel wings, and they have, like, bird of prey feet. I'm not sure what their legs look like, but they can't really walk that well on the ground, obviously. And basically, they were created, they're immortal. They were created because a traveler was walking around and saw all this war, and said, I wish there was something where would make people think twice about killing each other. And hence the Storming was born. So what they do is they feed off of fear. So they circle around the battlefield and feed off of fear. And then once you're dead, well, they go down, they pee and poop on your body and roll around in. So they stink. Literally. So you can kind of understand, like, if you don't understand that they're people, that there's good ones, there's bad ones, etc. So she goes from that to naming one of her children after a storm ring she met. So there's character growth.
Yay, growth.
Yeah. My sinuses are draining.
I'd give you my Flonase, but that's not how the internet works.
Unfortunately.
But what if it did?
I mean, here, have it.
Thank you.
Yes, Kiki, the walking apothecary.
You want some antipsychotics?
Yeah, see, the problem is they wouldn't work. That'd still be just crazy.
I didn't mean for you.
Ah, my bad. You're talking to
I think I'll
Kiki
pass
in
on
your
the
head.
antipsychotics.
Cupcake's over in the corner like, hey, that's my shtick. Right, other Cupcake. No. Good point.
Man,
All right.
I remember being, how old was I? 14, trying to explain to a psychiatrist what was going on, and he thought I was trying to explain with him I had multiple personalities. I'm like, no, dumbass.
I see things.
I'm like, I'm trying to tell you I'm hallucinating and that I have voices in my head. Oh, great, you just outed me to my parents? I'm never talking to you again.
Wow.
Yeah, I never spoke to that therapist again.
So much for discretion.
Nah, he had 0.
One time I thought having conversations with myself in my head meant something was wrong. Conversation.
To me, yeah, it's normal. I mean, there are times when I'm by myself in the house and I literally walk around talking to myself.
That's perfectly normal.
Right.
Because there's a lot of times...
And I'd be like,
a lot of times where I will... Oop.
Go ahead.
There are a lot of times where I vent when I'm by myself. I get out all the things that either will hurt people's feelings or working out what I know, what I recognize is the taught internalized ignorance and I don't know, isms, if that makes sense. Because it's like they'll say something and be like, wait a minute. What the fuck is that? Bonk. Stop thinking that.
Bonk, go to horny jail.
You sure you told me that before we started this? Because I was definitely need to go to horny jail earlier.
Oh, Jesus.
Like I said, there was a reason earlier in that other server I was cackling like a little troll. Because I was sending people over into Thirstland. And I was having fun.
What were you trying to say, Cupcake?
Oh, nothing. Everything is...
Nothing is fine. Everything's wise.
Oh, so apparently none of my friends had internal monologues, and so I thought I was crazy because I heard voices in my head, or a voice in my head, and it's my own brain talking to me. And so the first appointment with the psychiatrist, I'm like, I don't think I'm crazy, but like I have a voice in my head. It talks to me, and she's like, "What does it tell you?" Nothing. It's the voice in my head. And she's like, "Your internal monologue?" I'm like, "Is that what that is?" She's like, "Why did you think you were crazy?" I'm like, "Because none of my friends have it." She's like, "Oh, well, not everyone has it." I'm like, "Oh."
I mean, that is true. There are people out there that don't have it. It's not as common as people think.
Right.
Just like not everybody has visual dreams.
Don't remind me. One more night of Eduardo and my brains will implode.
Mm-hmm.
I can only fight a giant Spanish-speaking banana so many times, man to man. Or I guess man to fruit. Before I lose myself. He speaks perfect Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. There's just this moment when you're sitting there at a doctor's office, they're like, you're not sick, you're just abnormal. It's like, oh, thanks. Glad to know I'm off the line of normalcy. Although as long as I live, I'm never going to forget the, you're not human. I've never seen somebody watch a parent die and go, I'm going to work.
I went to school.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that weird, but the psychiatrist was like, you got the willpower of a god. I'm like, it's better than being home. He's dead. There's nothing I can do about it.
I mean, I don't know what they expect.
I expected a lot more crying. Not her, but like everyone else was like, you're not crying enough. I've told you guys about being at the fucking intervention.
Yeah.
That shit still fucking boggles my mind.
No, everybody grieves in their own way. And
But we have to stage an intervention.
you should never stage an intervention for someone to cry. That is just gonna piss them off. And
Pissed off is not the word. Pissed off was not the word. Provoke Cupcake. See what happens.
But yeah, I remember you telling me about that when that happened.
Right. That still boggles my mind that it ever even happened. Oddly, I don't talk to any of those people anymore.
They didn't seem to get you.
No one gets me. That's part of the fun. What? What? Something about... I got an update about Costco?
Costco?
What? Yeah, hang on, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for it to load. Costco sells chicken nuggets that taste exactly like... Oh, Chick-fil-A. Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, you'd be better buying them from Costco than Chick-fil-A. I would hate you a lot less.
Well, I don't even eat at Chick-fil-A to begin with because their food isn't that good.
Well, thank you. I have never eaten at a Chick-fil-A. I have no idea.
You're not missing anything. I mean, it's not like that the food is bad, but it's not... Okay, if there was a Chick-fil-A in town and they weren't run by a bunch of dipshits, not run, but owned, I might consider stopping every once in a while. Given that the nearest Chick-fil-A in every direction is at least 20 minutes one way, I'm way too lazy for that shit at this point. I mean, now that it has been, 3 weeks since I got fully vaccinated or whatever, I am, starting to leave town or, thinking about, hey, I'll go anime hunting because, I don't have to worry about shit spreading. Well, I do, but less so.
Yeah. Now that other servers moved to Alucard.
Of course they did.
Granted, it's where he's not... He looks more human. So it's I was like, they're like, can we do this, man? I'm like, is that Alucard? Oh, it is Alucard. Okay.
I mean, you can do whoever you want.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. Wicked Pickle. Interesting. A pickle marshmallow.
Yes, those were my feelings exactly, Kiki. I was like, why would you do this? I thought it was, when I saw the little like preview picture, I thought it was something with lime. Because I saw the thing on top, I thought, oh, it's a lime slice. Okay. And I got in close and read it, I'm like, oh, why? Mix s'mores with it. Well, I mean, we'd have to use, like, I don't know, like saltine crackers and cheese.
Well, see, the thing is, I could see making, like, the marshmallow fluff of a key lime pie. Possible.
Oh, dude, lime or lemon marshmallows would be amazing.
With that, yeah. One day I had half a slice of key lime pie. I was like, this is absolutely fucking delicious. And I'm thinking of Cupcake now. Because key lime pie. Oh. Thing goes. Oh. I inhaled, I'm like, oh, that was snot that went through my nose. Ugh.
Poor thing.
When it's like a chunk and it's like you inhale and you're like, oh shit, I do not want to inhale that. Although, for some reason, I just got reminded, I did find, because I'm now on TikTok, I did find creators who do the humans or space orcs, space Australian shit. And it's funny. And yes, there was somebody who did Stabby. Wait. Alucard was called a floating vampire Jesus? I'm just laughing at that. I haven't delved too far into Helsing or anything else with Alucard in it in years at all. So that's why I'm like, someone posted a GIF of that. It's like, tell us you're a floating vampire Jesus here. I'm like, huh? Okay. Although I still find it a little interesting that the only mangas I've read in their entirety are Helsing and Death Note. And they're my introduction to manga, so. Both very dark. One is a lot of action, and one is a lot of words. And, yeah. Anyways.
Stupid allergies.
I wish I could send you my mid-60s and drizzle. It would make allergy shit go away. All the pollen would go away, hopefully.
I went outside for a second. I even took my allergy meds.
We're holding her together with duct tape and paper clip. And a whole lot of allergy meds.
They're doing vampires.
Of course they are.
Well, I'm assuming that's what that character is. I don't recognize the show that GIF is from. But if they're doing vampires, they're putting Adam in there. With a popsicle scene. And you're welcome. Oh. Anyways.
Anywho.
Yeah, so moving on. Okay, I didn't watch that show. I just know.
Oh.
Nice.
That sounded painful.
Only a little bit.
That's good.
Good. So, what do we think of pickles on pizza?
Ew!
Hey,
You don't get to talk. You keep your sloot mouth shut, woman.
Shut up!
You put weird things that no pizza was ever meant to have on it. And you have the audacity to call pickles out?
What do I put on my pizza that's weird?
Ranch! Excuse me. Oh, I got this bad cough.
Are you talking to me, Cupcake, or Kiki?
I'm talking to you fucking infidels and your use of non-sanctioned fucking ingredients.
Chili
Some of us
God.
are traditional purists over here, alright? There's a time and a place for fucking condiments. It is not on my fucking pepperoni pizza.
I also put sriracha on my pizza.
Cincinnati style chili.
Okay, hot sauce on pizza is a fucking Little Caesars thing. I'm not even joking. That's where I learned about it. And we put Tabasco on it because we're psychos. By we, I mean me. Because all of my friends switched to other things, and I was like, Tabasco. And she's gone.
Do you just hate ranch?
No, I don't hate ranch. I just think it's an abomination that needs to be put out of its misery. I mean, I also hate sour cream, so, you know.
Oh, I don't like sour cream.
But you like ranch.
Yeah. I also like sour cream and whatchamacallit, chips.
Cheddar?
Yeah.
Those are actually good.
Yeah.
I'm okay with like ranch potato chips or even like ranch as like dip, but I just can't do it on things. It's like they used to like when they redid the grilled stuffed burrito, they switched from like some I don't remember what the original sauce was, but they switched to a ranch sauce and it just for me. I was like, no ranch on my burrito, what the fuck?
So recently for pizzas, I've been getting it's Ohio Valley pizza. And that's a little bit different because while they make the usual style of pizza where they melt the cheese in the oven, what they usually do with their cheese is, of course, they'll put all the toppings on, dough, etc., and they'll put that in the oven, cook it, take it out of the oven, and sprinkle the cheese cold on it so that the heat from the pizza melts the cheese.
Right.
And so I've been getting their cauliflower pizza, and what I'll do is I'll usually make garlic butter and dip my stuff in there. And it's really good. That's been my go-to for that stuff. Interesting. Oh yes, hello sausage.
Are you talking to a food or your dog?
My dog.
Okay, just checking.
I am looking forward to my camping trip.
I bet you are.
Yay.
Beach time, beach time. It's gonna be like 30-degree water. Freeze my ass off.
Sounds good. At some point, Hobby and I are going to do something.
You're not activating your mic, so I don't hear anything.
Is it not loud enough?
No, it's not.
Damn.
Like, I can see it coming up, and I see the shake, and I'm like, okay. So Donald Trump just shut down his blog permanently.
Yeah, no one was really going to it, apparently.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Close.
I mean, other news, I did manage to watch all of Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Very nice.
How was it?
I didn't remember it, but when you were like, "Do you remember watching it?" I'm like, maybe. Like, I don't know, watch something, and I started like looking. I'm like, shit, I did watch it. Then the memory started flooding back how good it was.
Was it good?
And that was a solid 10 out of 10 for me. That was fucking amazing. You know, talk to other people who were like, it was mediocre. Standard shonen. I'm like, dude, that was great. Holy shit. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How many seasons does that have?
One. 26 episodes and a movie, which
and a movie? Okay.
Is like in theaters right now in the United States.
I think it's still playing at my local theater.
I might actually go see it this weekend if it's still playing at the theater.
Possibly. So my brain kind of took a sidetrack, and I was like, "What was I doing?" Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. Thank you for calling the U.
Poor Mish.
Indeed.
Oh, apparently LARP is going to start up in August. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good luck.
To being a dumb vampire.
I bet you are.
I bought a wig and everything for it back in, last year.
The before times when the world was untainted by the plague.
You get to play my old lady vampire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not LARP, but our tabletop campaign's going so well. We're starting another one, a second one, starting Saturday.
Good.
Same world. So that'll be fun. We're gonna have to spend some time either tomorrow or Friday trying to get our characters put together. Plus, oh shit, I gotta figure out my character for. We're not playing that campaign right away. We're playing the Wendy's campaign. Like Wendy's put together a book and everything. So we're gonna play that for a couple weeks, and then switch to the Ironwood campaign. But I have to get my Wendy's character put together. I haven't even given it any thought because I've been cleaning all day.
Such a good cupcake.
I don't have a choice, dude. I haven't cleaned in like 6 weeks. It's like I have to do something. And it really wasn't that much, but it's a small dent. I also gotta figure out what I'm gonna order for dinner because I gotta get something too long. Ordering. I don't know what I want. I've been to the Chinese buffet twice in the last week. Now that I'm not having to worry about COVID.
Chinese buffet.
Right. It doesn't help that it's on the way home from work and only half a mile from my house in the same breath. I'm probably going to go again Friday after work since I'm off at 1. I won't get a lunch. It'll be buffet time again, the third time this week. Or third time in 2 weeks, I guess, because I went Tuesday last week. I went Tuesday this week. I'm probably going to go Friday this week. Oh.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so... No mail. Right. So,
Yeah.
someone shared something, like one of those like social media things, or screenshots, where someone goes, Twitter needs an update where you can play music on your page, so when somebody came on your page, they're going to be hearing your favorite song. And then the reply to that was, we have finally reached the generation that doesn't know what MySpace is.
Spaces.
I was like, yes, we have.
Was that something MySpace did? I never had a MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could do that. Do.
I just want one. I only have one wig. Sorry. I'm buying a wig stand, but and they're all like, buy a 3-pack of wig stands. I just want one. I have one wig.
Right.
Although only $4 for 3.
Rawr.
Ah, so scary. Rawr.
Ah. Anyways, I'm just sitting here going, like, I'm trying to friggin' get rid of that. No mail, no sale. Me too. Trying to think. Oh, I did have an idea once, Cupcake. If I ever go to a convention, I'm going to dress up like Leaf Coon.
Okay.
Just be comfortable. And it's easy, relatively.
Okay.
Well, military-type pants, military-type boots.
Oh.
A Hawaiian shirt that's really flamboyant.
Oh, you mean you're gonna dress like I did when I was in high school? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But now I get it. And no one.
Yeah, that's you modeled Leaf after yourself, and so I was
right,
like, oh,
yeah.
Very comfortable.
I'm like,
and being a little cuckoo.
I'm like trying to figure out if you're talking about like the character, or like when you start talking like, oh yeah, like the way I dressed in high school, because I thought I was cool. Cool, I say, cool.
I might actually eventually do the actual character, but right now I'm like, I have to get like what he looks like concrete in my brain before I hear I do something.
Short answer, a less ugly version of me.
I love you. I really do. I swear to God.
I always imagine him without facial hair. I mean, like, I had facial hair, but I just always imagined he'd be clean shaven because he was a military guy.
Yeah.
But, like, beyond that, like, it was just me expressing stupid, infantile, like, man boy fucking fantasies.
Yeah. But, and actually, I've actually kind of, image of Sophie has come up a little bit faster just because I'm like, she has pink hair and it's pretty and it's kind of pink.
I mean, like, in my defense, like, I was a weeblet. Like, I don't know that I would write her the same way or design her the same way now that I did then, but it was just like, I didn't think we would ever speak of it again after a certain point. It would kind of fade into the mists of history.
And my brain went around with it.
Right.
So, one moment. There, wanted to do that. Okay, but at some point I actually need to sit down and find a vibe for that story because the other story has really taken off.
That's
and shit. Oh my God, I'm getting messages. Okay. Shit, I was like distracted. Anyways, where she is, again, it's from an RP. So, but I actually kind of, a character popped up in my brain because originally she was going to have a twin that had somehow died or been killed at some point, but then the character was like, no. Hi, we're here. What the hell are you talking about? I just very, very withdrawn and very, very private person, and it kind of coalesced into a character that is like, okay, this makes sense in the world because Ophelia is very much a mind healer, a diplomat. She's very much growing into the role of, because on their home planet, there's the face of the that you will see if you visit the planet. Like, there's the monarchy that you will see on the planet. Ophelia is related to them. She's like a third cousin once removed, something like that. So technically she is a Your Highness. But way back when, thousands and thousands of years ago, because these are Tolkien elves, they live for thousands of years. She's descended from a separate monarchy that were basically lived in the woods. And were a little bit more savage than their cousins that everyone else would see if they weren't native to the planet. So technically right now, I think it's her grandmother that kind of holds it. It's still like it's like an honorary title because they realize like you guys can be the official monarchy and kind of be, control politics, things like that. We'll be in the council and stuff. But Ophelia is kind of setting up to take over. And I'm trying to figure out as well, because their like crown-ish isn't necessarily a crown. It's a set of horns. I'm trying to figure out which ones I like best. and they're both ghosts. And they both look cool. But, so, and kind of bouncing around between time frames now, because like I have where they like I have written down where it's left off, and then I kind of brainstormed, so it's a little bit in the future, and like several years in the future, and that's when they realized, because she was also kind of like a lot of monarchies here on Earth, they do military service, so that's what she did, like 200-300 years prior to the timeline. And what they don't realize, like, yeah, she can kill you. Like, her main job right now, when she's not a diplomat and when she's not teaching children, is there's a specific bodyguard position that she's in. So she's like, I can kill you. I don't necessarily need a sharp object to kill you. And that's kind of what I was brainstorming last night, was I'm a mind healer. I can put you together. I can take you apart. And she carefully makes sure that, okay, I'm going to show you a specific, I'm going to show you everything else but that for good reason, because it makes people uncomfortable. When, like, oh, you can, heal people's minds. What else can you do? So, yeah. So she's working with that and, like, coming directly from a war zone and going back and going, yeah, I have PTSD too. You don't necessarily see it, but hi. And all that jazz. So, kind of starting down that road a little bit. Ish. Thank you for calling the USGA.
And she's gone.
Hi, Cupcake. So I watched the movie Nobody yesterday.
How was that?
It was quite good. It was not what I expected. I mean, it was an action film, which is what I expected. It's just not the plot I expected. So it was a nice little surprise. It's quite short, though. It's barely over an hour.
That's all right. I feel like more movies should be okay with not being super. You don't have to be 2.5 hours long. You don't.
I'm not saying it needed to be. It was exactly as long as it needed to be for what it was, but it was just oddly short.
Right.
Compared to, like, a John Wick movie or something of its like.
I mean, like, I started watching the Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon movie this morning. It's only like 80 minutes long, so I'm already like, I only watched 20 minutes before I got up and like started cleaning. But like, it's short. Like, it's 5 episodes basically. 4 episodes, whatever it would have to be.
Aren't they still making that show?
Yeah, they're on season 3. I started watching. I got through like 10 minutes of episode 1 of season 2 last night. Then realized I didn't understand what was going on, and then like went and looked, and it's like, oh no, you need to watch the movie. It fills in what happened between season 1 and season 2. I'm like, wow, there was no warning of that.
How dare you? A real fan would know.
I've never stated I was a real fan.
How big's the pile now?
What's up?
How big's the pile now?
Big enough.
Okay.
I mean, like, I haven't added that much, but it's mostly on the floor now because I was going through it, like, trying to remember what I actually own. Because I haven't updated the physical list in a month. Word. That. You know what? I think I'm just gonna order Chipotle. Mom will be like, "Oh, stop ordering fast food. I'm getting fat." Be like, "Bitch, I'll do what I want. Can't stop me." You have earned a reward. Great.
Is the reward more food?
Yeah. Usually
Sweet.
it's guacamole or queso. Queso. I know.
Cupcake seems to have several leaning towers of anime.
This is a correct statement. Yes.
Although I did have a moment of yay last week because, as you guys know, I've been doing the whole healthily losing weight thing.
Right.
And starting off at about 20 to 22 size, like, pants.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need shorts because last summer shorts are too big, which is a nice, at least in this instance, a nice problem to have. And so I go out, I'm like, okay, kind of holding them up because you can't try them on at stores right now still.
Right.
Holding them up, this looks like it'll fit. Okay, get a couple sizes I think will fit. Try them on at home, return one doesn't fit. So the ones I'm wearing now are 18, which I've been fitting in. But then the first ones I tried on were a pair of 16s. I'm like, oh, I got them up over my thighs. And oh my god, they're sitting on my hips. And like when you pull them up where you like button and zip and stuff. I'm like, okay, test. They button and they zip. Holy shit. I was like, hey.
Woo!
I left them on. I was like, hey, hubby, guess what size these are? They're 16s. Yay. I haven't been 16s in like 15 years.
As I eat
so
candy.
Yeah.
As you what?
Eat candy.
Oh, whatever.
Mm-hmm. 6'2". Do. Dear Sherry.
Okay, we're almost at 2 hours.
I think we could probably call it.
Yeah, as soon as Mish comes back, we'll say our goodbyes. There she is.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, I had a timer on this. Okay, that's fine. Because, yeah, it's a little easier to edit when it's not. I assume shorter sometimes it's easier to edit.
But we haven't been talking when you're not here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We ran out
it's
of
not your fault.
We just ran out of shit to say.
I have nothing to talk about. I've literally been working nonstop for a month and a half. Like, I haven't done anything. I've been at work. My boss is like, you should tell them stupid work stories. I'm like, nobody wants to hear that. Here's all the idiots I interacted with. It was dumb. The end.
My dinosaur fell over.
Your what fell over?
My dinosaur.
Oh, God.
Well, thanks for entertaining me for a little while.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Where's the button?
And she's gone.
Thank you once again for existing and just being yourself. We hope you enjoyed the show. I was the Jabberbot. They were Kiki, Cupcake, and Mish. Stay safe out there, my fellow internet beings.